Good evening. I hope everyone had a wonderful Memorial Day today. This morning, my devotion verse came from John chapter 15:13, and it's a verse that I heard a lot growing up as a child. My dad was in the Navy, so I grew up all over the world on Navy bases, and Memorial Day was kind of one of those days that was just very somber in our house. We did the barbecuing out and enjoying time outside with our friends and all those fun things, but we usually had some kind of memorial service that we did on the base. And the verse that I had this morning was a verse that I heard a lot as a child, and I always tied it to Memorial Day and Veterans Day. And for the longest time, I didn't even know it was in the Bible. I thought it was just something that the military always said. And in John 15:13 it says, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay one's life for one's friends." And Memorial Day today is an awesome day to remember all of those who gave their life for our country, who were in the Army or the Navy or the Air Force or the Marines or the Coast Guard or any of the service branches, who gave their life defending our country, which means they were defending us and they were defending our freedoms, and they were making sure that we were able to live in the United States in a manner which we normally know how to do, which is with our freedoms. And we've heard a lot about freedoms lately, and a lot of people arguing about freedoms. And I saw on Facebook, of all places, a quote from Peter Marshall this morning that I thought kind of fit with today. And it said, "May we think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to do what is right." And I think that's what Jesus was telling the disciples when he said that greater love was to lay one's life for one's friends. And I think he was trying to tell us that we need to do the right thing and always be there for our friends and defend our friends and help our friends when needed and love our friends when needed. And right before that, he talks about loving our neighbors. And our friends don't have to just be the people that we know. Neighbors are anybody in the world who are God's children. So I think that's what he means with the friends too, that sometimes we have to do the right thing even for those that we don't know. So let us say a prayer for this evening. Good and gracious God, thank you so much for today and for the time today to remember all those who served and died for our country. Just be with each of us tonight as we think about our freedoms and how so many died to make sure that we are a free country. In Jesus' name, amen. So I hope you have a great rest of the evening, and I hope you get a good night's sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night. Sleep tight.